Amanda Seales debated 20 conservatives on Jubilee. And I think that we're at a point where people like Amanda Seales are see-through, and a lot of black people just aren't falling for it anymore.
Black people, a check from the government, from
black culture is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers in the black home. Let's talk about that.
Stop.
Who do we
You're
vote
talking
for?
to a radical, not a Democrat. The radical mind state simply is living opposite to our colonizers.
What the hell does that even mean? I mean, she doesn't even know what it means herself. She's just flying by the seat of her pants, making shit up as she goes. I'm going to leave a link for this full discussion, debate, whatever you want to call it, clown show, in the description box below. But here's my take on the whole thing. I'm really sick of people like Amanda Seales, because your main objective is just to get blacks to vote Democrat. It is not about pushing policy. It's not about holding politicians accountable. The only people they want to hold accountable are the Republicans. But when the Democrats are in power and when they're in office, they do not make any demands or push for anything. And you can't push if there are no consequences for not following through. So if they know that blacks are just going to, in large number, vote Democrat no matter whether they give you something or not, then they're not going to give you anything. And you have people like Amanda Seales, they come out, they're all rah-rah, they for the black cause, they're for the this, they're for the that, and all of this other stuff. But when they're in those spaces with these people that can make these policies happen, they do not push back. They do not hold anyone accountable. And that's why the Democrats have enjoyed the black vote, majority black voters, for so long. And you're still talking about reparations. You're still talking about redlining. You're still talking about systemic racism. You're still talking about high crime in black communities. You're still talking about all of these things. But yet Democrats have been presidents, vice presidents. Blacks have been president, vice president. Blacks are in the Senate, in the Congress. Blacks are mayors, governors, city council people. Democrats have been president, vice president, Congress, Senate, supermajorities. Democrats run cities. Democrats have strongholds over states. Democrats have enjoyed the majority of black vote. But yet you're still, after all these years, talking about systemic racism and all of these things and so forth and so on. When are we going to get the message that it is not being beholden to a party that is going to elevate our people? That's just the bottom line. And you have people like Amanda Seales who want to step out and don't call me a Democrat, call me a radical. But yet your job is still to funnel black people to the Democratic Party on voting day. So, I mean, what is it really all about? The revolution is imaginary. The revolution will not be televised because it's an imaginary revolution. You could stand out on the street corner and protest and yell and scream in law enforcement's face, yell and scream in ICE face, yell and scream in the National Guard's face when they're coming in to help eradicate the crime, but yet you're not yelling and screaming in these drug dealers' face. You're not yelling and screaming in these people who are shooting up the block. You're not yelling and screaming at the schools that the kids can barely read and write. You're not yelling and screaming that more black women are dying in childbirth, more black infants are dying in childbirth. You're not standing in the hospitals protesting, yelling and screaming. You're not doing all of that. But when somebody tries to come in and eradicate a problem, you want to jump up in their face and call it racism. What is really racism is you funneling black people to keep voting for a party that is smothering them in their communities, that have power and control to make change that will uplift us and won't. And they're getting our votes. So you can sit and call the Republicans racism. Yes, there are racist elements in the Republican Party. And some of you black conservatives, you need to go sit down and shut the fuck up. Because your Uncle Tom is just really ridiculous. I can call myself a conservative all I want, but I'm not an Uncle Tom. And I don't have a lack of pride in myself as a black woman. So some of these black conservatives, they're not doing the Republicans any favors because the way they talk is absolutely ridiculous and very insensitive to us as a people. But if you think there's no racism in the Democratic Party, you are absolutely 100% fooling yourselves. They're the ones that really control the local communities that is smothering our people and oppressing our people. So people like Amanda Seales, go back to where you come from, cry yourself a river, drown in your tears. Sit down, shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a fuck about Roland Martins, the Boule, people like Amanda Seales, just trying to step up, act like they're revolutionaries and they're down for the black people and they're down for this and that, when you are sitting there funneling people into the very party that is smothering our people on local levels. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonders of a Black Woman. Peace.